Alright, hey, my name is Silver and I like Splatoon. Before we start, check out the inspirations for this video. These creators are way more talented than me and I have a huge amount of respect for them. With that said, the weapon kit system, well, it's a system of all time. Redundant kits, downright broken kits, like a bazillion duplicate kits, and very questionable kits have left a lot to be desired. And while in my opinion, the system in and of itself should be redone completely, that's a discussion for another video. In this video, I wanted to discuss what I would do if I was in charge of the kit system. Now, of course, I'm not a balancer and my own kits likely leave a lot to be desired, but I tried to create kits with synergy so even the quote-unquote bad kits would still be fun to play and no weapon would be left to the wayside like in base Splatoon 3. I also tried to keep the distribution of subs and specials about equal as base Splatoon 3's distribution is whack. And while again, this distribution leaves a lot to be desired, I still wanted to create a kit system within which every sub and special would find some weapons that they enjoy. This covers all my preamble, so buckle up as I go through how I would use Splatoon 3's weapon kits. I'm gonna go over these specials in alphabetical order, starting with the Big Bubbler. This special is really interesting as it's a part of the rock, paper, scissors, bubble, Zuka strike meta we have going on. I actually kept most of the bubble weapons the same, with Squiffer, Zinc Mini, Junior, and Splat Roller keeping their base kits. For the new bubble weapons, we have Wellstring with Beacon. I felt like we need more backlands with Beacon, and this is a perfect candidate with it, and Bubble allows Wellstring to keep the aggressive positions to spam AoE. I also added Splatana Wiper Deco with mine as I wanted it to be annoying in the enemy base and use its bubble to keep it alive. With Blaster, I wanted to reference the OG S1 Custom Blaster kit with Sensor Bubble, and this kit allows it to be both aggressive and supportive at the same time. Booyah Bomb! One of my least favorite specials in the game, but one of the coolest visually. I felt like this special was honestly a missed opportunity as we only have one, maybe two weapons that work with it. This is a special with the most new kits. Gloogadoolies is the only weapon to keep its Booyah Bomb, and it keeps its iconic K-Gal kit. For the new kits, I gave Booyah to Tri-Stringer, Splatana Wiper, Hydra Splatling, Sorella and Luna Blaster. For these kits, I wanted them to get Booyah for defensive potential or for continuation, as Booyah is one of the best specials in the game for continuations and defensive plays. One of the most missed opportunity specials in the history of Splatoon. Getting the Stingray treatment after Crab meta, only 2 post-launch kits got Crab, and I'm here to fix that. Stamper Nouveau and Beedoolie would keep their iconic kits, while Inkline Tri-Stringer gets it with mine, as this would be a bow that's impossible to kill. Dread gets the Pro Car Torpedo Crab kit that it was robbed of for combos with the main, while L3 gets Fizzy for the same reason as Dread plus extra movement. Finally, T-Tech and Flux Deco get an Autobomb for locating opponents as well as flushing out areas. After the healing buff in 6.1.0, this is one of the coolest aggressive support specials we've ever seen in the history of Splatoon. So it's a shame that only 2 weapons with this thing are actually good. Blob and Sniper Rider get a Sprinkler for extra pain and sustain, while I gave Dapple Dooley's Torpedo to be a combo machine that would be a nuisance in the enemy base. Splatbrella gets auto back as it's a cheap bomb that it can throw out on a whim, and the Storm allows it to take advantage of the healing buff. I also gave Storm and Wall to Pro for a Forge Pro that can stand wherever it wants on the map. I also gave it back to Not with the Beacon to help give jumps to its teammates. Also, Arrow gets missed. Sorry to like the 3 people in the audience that actually like play this thing. Ink Vacuum is a weird special to me as I feel like it had a lot of missed potential but ended up being a kit killer on most kits. So I'm giving it to Charger, Nova, 96, Jet, Sea Hydra, Blob Deco, and Custom Junior. I feel like all of these weapons can afford to not be their main weapons for 8 seconds and can work to support their teammates and sustain pushes. Inkjet, one of my favorite specials and the least represented in the game. Seriously, no dualies with Jet was such a waste, so we're gonna fix that. Rapid Pro Deco and Ballpoint keep their iconic kits, while Ruga Deco, Octo Brush, Tri-Swasher, Tetra Dualies, and Undercover Umbrella all get Jet. All of these weapons are hyper aggressive and work perfectly with the special, and with some aggressive subs, these work perfectly in the current meta. One of my favorite specials in the game and something I genuinely hope comes back to Splatoon 4. Also, really hard to come up for, so I decided to give Dowser Dualies its mediocre but fun-ass kit of Mine and Whale, the custom range, Min Decav, Bamboo Mark 1, Gold Dynamo, Swig, and Machine also come with the special. These weapons mainly focus on ship damage, and Whale allows all of these weapons to get in, chip opponents, and save a shot or two. Kraken. This one really was biased for me as a Splatoon 1 player. Custom Leader, Custom Jet, L3D, and 96 Deco all come back with their iconic Splatoon 1 kits, while the new kit on the block is Heavy Edit Nouveau. Neighboring status, Kraken acts as both a defensive and offensive option that includes a crazy high skill ceiling weapon. Zone's Cheese, Race Slider. One of the funner specials in the game, now that it actually works. Dread comes back with its iconic suction slider kit just on Dread B, while Luna, 52, Shot, and Arrow all get to rocket in to chip and start fighting or to help by putting everything on the field. All of these weapons combo and slider, and I think they work exceptionally with it. Scream is one of the weirder specials in my opinion, and was actually really hard for me to get. I decided not to directly put any of the features as I claimed from what the fuck were you guys thinking from the side. For screen, I gave it Sploosh, Heavy Deco, Gold Mod, Flingza, Tetra Umbrella, Rapid Pro Deco, Foil Flingza, and Machine Neo. All of these weapons can combo off the screen by shaving time to kill, or can use it as a secondary approach option. I also gave a good half of these kits location-based subs, as I feel like the combo location tree with untapped is really great. Chumps! I love Chumps! That being my former team's mascot aside, in my opinion, this special is super underrated and I wanted to get new kits to help it. I love CBS and Bamboo Mark 2 unchanged, as I feel the kits are too iconic and plain fun to change. I also gave it to Foil Squeezer, Inkbrush Nouveau, S-Blast 91, Ballpoint Nouveau, and Swig Express. All of these weapons can combo off of the damage and use it to make it up for their painting weaknesses, especially Ballpoint Nouveau and S-Blast. Swig Express especially would benefit from Chumps, as it allows it to paint even more and continuously flag after it empties its ink tank. What is there to say about it? This is by far the best special in the game and one of the most unique in this area. I wanted to create some new support kits using this special. Firstly, I love Heavy Edit Unchanged, as I'm a huge fan of it and its playstyle, and I think it can stay. I also gave Medley and Zap kit of Cooler and Suction, as I feel like Medley works best as a supportive progressive option. For the same reason, I gave Cooler to YouTuber, Well Straight, and Flingza. Finally, I gave Rapid Pro the reference kit of Walled Cooler. Wall keeps the weapon alive, and Cooler on blast is something I'm surprised we haven't seen, considering it gets perfect jump accuracy. God. Reminders, Splatoon 3 where missiles have received a whacking full of nerfs. I gave it to Paintbrush and Beacon, as I feel like missiles allowed it to do something on lockout. Squeezer and Slosher, as it combos nicely with the main weapon. Clash Neo with burst because Clash players deserve something, I guess, and ends up 85 to make it this weird support displacement weapon similar to what it was in Splatoon 2. Trizuka! One of the more fun specials to make kits for. I left Carbon Roller Deco unchanged for obvious reasons as the kit is just that iconic and too fun. For the new kits, I gave it to Heavy, Dynamo, and Explosher to make them the most annoying anti-backline weapons. Finally, I gave it to H3, Sorella Undercover, and Charcoal Decapitator as all of these weapons can combo off of the indirect kit, struggle in the backlines, and work well with going in and out of the special quickly. I'm actually not a fan of any of the current triple splashdown kits, minus Custom Explosher, and even then I have issues with the sub, so I decided to completely rework what kits it's on. I gave Custom Explosher, It, and Sprinkler for extra pain and sustain as triple splashdown is essential to how it plays. I also gave it to Custom Goo Trooper and Paintbrush Nouveau as these weapons do not like being rushed down and Splashdown gives it a way to stop it being rushed. I also gave it and movement subs to Crack-On and 52 as both of these weapons have combos into Splashdown and can use it to turn a bad situation into a good one. Finally, the end of the Tri-Specials, and a very controversial pick at that. I left Custom Dowser Dualies and Rapid unchanged as they are both cool, underrated kits that fit the special well. For the new kits, I gave Tri-Strike and Splat Bomb to Pro as a reference to Splatoon 1 and to help it with its pain and displacement. Reflex Deco and Marker for a high skill ceiling weapon if played properly. Sensor and Strike on Zekofin. And finally, It and Wall on Snipe Rider to keep the weapon in the meta, but not as a weapon that completely destroys both support and backline at the same time. Ultra Stamp, my favorite special and my first gold badge. I feel like the special was overhated during Splash meta, but it has a lot of good matchups into current mid-range picks, and could be really powerful if given the right weapons. I gave It and Splat Bomb to Range Blaster as I feel like Stamp on it works a bit better than Kraken due to the ability to end it early. I also gave it to Right Blaster as it allows it to be aggressive in the front lines and panic it if it gets jumped. I also gave Tent back It Stamp as Camo Tent was such a cool pick in Splatoon 2 that I dearly miss in Splatoon 3. I also gave it to New Squiffer as besides Fresh Squiffer in Splatoon 1, we've never actually had a Squiffer with a close ranged option and I feel like Stamp would work amazingly on it. Finally, I gave it to both the Omatics as I feel like they take advantage of the aggression and DPS Stamp provides, just in different ways, enough that I feel like they both should get it. Wave is a really underwhelming special, but a really unique take on Echolocator, and I feel like Nintendo got it right. I gave It and Sensor to Dually Squelchers to give it a location niche that is unrivaled, a Nakinova to locate and slow people down as this cool, weird support option, Clash and Entry as kits that can combo off of the main sub and special, Zap 89 and H3 as callbacks to their Splatoon 1 kits, and finally Leader with Sprinkler. And finally we have Zipcaster. Of course I love Splatana Stamper unchanged as this is the Splatoon 3 kit. For the new kits, I gave it to Slosher Deco, S-Blast, and Splash as they can all abuse their no-jump RNG for perfectly accurate shots. I also gave it to Recycle Umbrella as I feel like Zipcaster Umbrella is an untapped combo. Ink Brush as I feel like it uses Zip a bit better than Octobrush, and finally the fan favorite Tetris with Zip and Curling as, come on, Zipcaster was made for these things. And that's it for all the kits I would do if I was in control. Perfect? Hell no. Looking back already, these aren't and all of these kits suffer from the same issues I pegged Nintendo at the start. There are a lot of redundant kits, downright broken kits, like a bazillion duplicate kits, and very, very questionable kits. And while I feel like the distribution of subs and specials are a bit better, it still leaves there is no perfect Splatoon 3 or heck, even Splatoon 2 or 1 with a set kit system. Before you click off this video thinking you just watched like 20 minutes of custom kit propaganda, I do make custom kits for the social media. If you'd like to hear my thoughts on the kit system, make sure to check out part 2, which should be releasing soon. Or right now if you're watching this in the future. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch y'all later!